Hi guys, Superior Wolf here, and I'm going to be doing another FP VOD. And this is a Zerg vs Zerg on the map Blue Storm. And I just played it a little bit ago, and I thought it'd be a nice game to show. Well, I don't really know. I'm kind of rusty right now, so that's just something I'd like to say before you watch this. I'm a little bit rusty, but I think ZvZ. I think this is the newest build order that I've learned, and I think it's a really cool build order. And overall, I think it's something you guys should know about, and that's why I'm doing this. So you'll notice in this video my mutamicro will be not too good. Usually I can pick off the scourge really easily, but in this video wasn't as good. So basically this build is, right after the overlord is spawned, you make 2 drones, and I'll be doing that in a second once the overlord finishes. You make 2 drones and then a gas before pool. Now what this does is, as soon as your gas finishes, you'll be able to get a lair immediately. So you see 2 drones, immediately a gas, and then right after that you'll get your pool at 10. So here comes the pool right now. Note the position of the pool. It will speed up the mining for those 3 bottom mineral patches. Usually they have some weird AI, so try and put your pool there. It's a pretty nice positioning, speed it up a little bit. Every single little thing really does count in Zerg vs Zerg. You can see he's coming in to scout me right now. Drones mining on gas. This guy, I just played him recently, and he did beat me when I was doing this build. I did not record the FP VOD though, and I probably wouldn't have put it on because it was a pretty bad game anyways. So once you get 80 gas, take off 2 drones from the extractor. This is so you can get your your second hatchery a little bit faster. So once you get about 100 gas, just pull 2 of them off, then you get your lair and 6 zerglings. After that you'll be able to get your second hatchery and then put 2 more drones on gas. And it's a really nice build because you get really fast lair, but you don't sacrifice economy like you would do in another build order. First 6 links coming out right now. I think this guy did a 12 hatch. So even though he did a 12 hatch and he's gonna have a better economy, he's gonna have more zerglings. This is a good build to do. You can see his zerglings are just coming out right now, so I can't do much damage with those. If they do a 9 pool, you'll be able to see their zerglings coming across the map. So this is why I made 6 zerglings and then a drone, because I did not see any zerglings coming across, and I can make a few more drones since he's not going to be able to be aggressive for a while. Basically, I'll make the spire right now, and then I'll have to defend, because against a 12 hatch, he will have more zerglings, and on top of that he'll have more drones as well. So you're really going to have to use that fast tech in order to beat him. Otherwise he can just overrun you, so you have to defend well. You can see my spire is a lot faster than his, so he's going to try and attack me and take out that spire, which is what he did in the first game that we played. He did go for my spire and he did get it. If you notice my positioning of the second hatchery, you can see that it does actually cover the spire, so it makes the spire a little bit harder to attack, and that way you'll be able to defend the spire a little bit easier. Making 2 sunkens right now, and I'm morphing 2 creep colonies, then morph them in 2 sunkens later. So this game I did a much better job of defending, in my opinion. You can see he has more zerglings than me, and his speed is almost upgrading. What's key here is you want to block him from getting to the spire, but you don't want to waste any zerglings. So when he attacks your zerglings, back up a little bit, then go back forward, and once he starts targeting the spire like that, you can start getting free kills, and it's pretty clear he's not going to be able to get my spire. So basically I am pretty ahead now because he did waste a lot of zerglings. At this point I can just make mutalisks and drones. I've got more than enough to defend 2 sunkens, handful of zerglings, and my mutas will be able to defend 2 if need be. As well, I can go harass. So remember, I'm pretty rusty, so I have gotten slower. I just got back from China about 2 weeks ago, and now just starting to play again. My account is only at C- level right now, and the new season's just about to start tomorrow. This guy is at C rank, but then again, you have to remember that Zerg versus Zerg is always a luck matchup. So you can see, every time he tries to attack, he's just wasting more and more Zerglings. I know why he's attacking so much. Basically, it's because last game it was successful, so he's trying again, but I know how to defend from it this time. So I saw he got a Spore Colony up, which is the proper counter if they have much faster mutalisks than you. So I just decided that I'd just go for his Overlords instead, and that would delay his Zergling production. As well, it would just get me something to harass in the time that I can't really do much damage to his base. Coming back in here with Zerglings, you can tell he's just wasting more and more Zerglings. I've got that sunken there. Got a pretty good wall of that hatchery in front, so he can't really do much damage. So at this point, every time he attacks there, he's just letting me get more and more ahead. Now I'm going to go in and take out a few drones. You have to remember that Spore Colonies really don't do too much damage to mutalisks. They do shoot the fastest out of all three of the static defenses, which is the photon cannon and the missile turret. So they do more damage than a missile turret would. So you have to be wary when you're attacking into those. However, it is pretty nice to take out a few drones. If you can take out 2 drones for 1 mutalisk, sometimes it's worth it because drones in this matchup are absolutely crucial. At this point I've got a mineral surplus, so I spend it all on Zerglings, and I'll be able to use those Zerglings later. Now something I forgot to do this game, which was mainly because he didn't have too many mutas on this map, where it's basically you just put overlords all around the perimeter of your base, so if he comes in with some mutalisk, you'll be able to respond and not lose all your drones. So that's basically what you want to do, just put overlords everywhere. So I'm taking off a few scourge here. I only managed to get 2, and then the rest of the 2 are able to hit me, I remember correctly. And it is pretty embarrassing that I can't do it anymore. However, I should be able to get it back shortly. So I've got a couple of Zerglings now, and I'll be able to use these to harass his base and take out a few more drones. I should have pretty much the same amount of drones as him, if not equal. He's got these scourge coming in here. I don't really want to combat them because with 3 mutalisks it's really hard. Even if you have perfect micro, it'll be way too time consuming to actually try and pick off all of those scourge, and at least some of them will hit because not all of their AI will screw up. Some of them will hit. So basically just gonna try and run. You can see I lose a lot of mutalisks there, and that's pretty embarrassing. But I still have a pretty nice advantage. He doesn't have much defense against my 12 Zerglings, which are gonna come in here right now. And make sure with these Zerglings you don't want to waste them, obviously. He only has 1 mutalisk here. I can take out that spore. He'll be forced to make another one later, which is 125 minerals and a drone. So basically, take out the spore, take out a few more drones, and then you'll be able, I'll just already solidified my advantage right there. He's only got about like 6 drones left. So something that I see a lot of Zerg players do, and something that I did a lot when I was a little bit before now, was they would try and take out all the drones with their Zerglings, but then they'd forget that the enemy also had Zerglings, and then they wouldn't be able to defend. So you have to make sure when you are attacking their drones with your Zerglings that you have some defense later if he's going to come and attack with Zerglings. So I did attack with those 12 Zerglings, took out a couple of drones and a spore, and I did it because I still had 12 Zerglings in the back that were spawning. So I had enough defense if he came and tried to attack. So in ZvZ, if you lose drones in middle game, you usually don't really replace them because then you'll lose the advantage in muta count. You usually replace them a lot later. So really, it's really good to take out drones in this matchup. You have to take out drones. That's how you're gonna win. Now I'm placing the overlords at the perimeter of my base, as I said. He's coming in with a couple of mutalisks. At this point I was a little bit worried. He had more mutalisks than me. I was scared that he was going to come in and take out a few drones. But I did, if you saw right there, I did split 2 scourge to 2 muta. Leaves the mutalisk at like 10 health or something, so you can take him out in 2 shots with 1 muta. So you don't always want to use 2 scourge on 1 muta. It's actually a lot better, especially in big battles, if you use 1 scourge per muta, because then your other mutalisk will be able to kill him in about 1 shot. So I have this mineral advantage now. I have the expansion. It's pretty much GG. He has very few drones, and it is GG.